And we're back in the studio, and yes, we're up on our final segment here on Tech Pulse, and we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy S. We're talking about not the Samsung Galaxy S, but we were talking about the Galaxy Note 3. We're talking about how this thing is coming in four distinct, if you want to put flavors of four distinct versions, this thing is coming out in, and continuing to talk about Samsung according to Laptop Magazine. Now, you know, many of you know for a while that T-Mobile bought Samsung. T-Mobile bought Metro PCS. They merged with the company, and for right now, T-Mobile has decided to stay as a separate entity from Metro PCS, even though their influence is there. So many people have been wondering, while I'm still a Metro PCS customer, am I going to get the Galaxy S4 anytime soon, or will I just have to go over to T-Mobile? What am I going to do? Well, Samsung Galaxy S4 is coming to Metro PCS, according to a report by Laptop Magazine. Now, that makes 8. They're going to be available. Samsung Galaxy S4 is now available on 8 carriers. Metro PCS is adding the Samsung Galaxy S4 to its range of smartphones. Starting today, the phone will be available in select Metro PCS stores for $549 plus tax. Now, this launch by Metro PCS makes it the 8th carrier nationwide to carry the popular smartphone, which offers innovative gestures, built-in TV remote, 13-megapixel camera, and more. Now, while the upfront cost is fairly steep, Metro PCS customers can save money over the long haul with the carrier's no-contract 4G plans. Unlimited plans start at just $40 a month of unlimited data, talk, and text, which is much cheaper than larger carriers charge. However, that plan includes only 500 megabytes of high-speed data. You will want to step up to the $50 plan to get that 2.5 gigabytes of data at the highest speed. So for just $10 more, you can get a decent 2.5 gigabytes of data storage. Now, the S4 has been available to American consumers for at least 2 months now via the big four carriers like AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, and T-Mobile, but also on smaller carriers like US Cellular, Cricket, C-Sphere, and stuff like that. So those were the 3 smaller ones, and then along with the 4 big ones, that made 7, and now with Metro PCS, that makes 8 carriers. However, the phone has been immensely popular, with 20 million units sold in the past 2 months. An analyst says that the sales of the Samsung Galaxy flagship phone has fallen short of expectations, even though they sold 20 million units in the past 2 months. So this is just showing you that Samsung is really they're on a tear, and with them dealing with their the Galaxy S4, Galaxy S3 coming out in 4 different varieties, that definitely shows that Samsung is not slowing down, and they're definitely trying to continue to keep that foothold on the smartphone market. So they're not laying around. They're trying to keep that foothold on the smartphone market, which is good competition. Now, speaking of these good competition, the Google Nexus 7, according to Geeky Gadgets, the new Nexus 7 might be imminent. I mean, a lot of people have been had the Nexus 7, and it's been a very good tablet. The Nexus 7, Google Nexus 7, is a very good tablet, no doubt about it. It's efficient, it's small, it's powerful. It's a very good tablet, and we know that Google is about to release the new Nexus 7 tablet, and now some more evidence has appeared that could mean Google is getting ready to release the new Nexus 7 sometime soon. Now, U.S. retailer Staples has dropped the price of the Nexus 7 tablet. The 16 gigabyte Nexus 7 has been reduced by $20 from $199 to $179.99. The 32 gigabyte model has been dropped $50 from $249 to $199, which could mean that the company is clearing their inventory of the device before the new Nexus 7 launches. Now, Google did say that the Nexus 7 was coming out this summer. Particularly, they mentioned around the July-August timeframe. Now, we had previously heard that some time ago that this was going to happen, and it's going to come with Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. That'll be the latest version of the Jelly Bean, and we have seen more evidence of Android 4.3 surfacing. And the new Nexus 7 tablet is rumored to be a full HD display with resolution of 980 by 1200 pixels. Processing will apparently be provided by a 1.5 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor, and other rumored specifications of the Google Nexus 7 include a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera for photos, videos, and stuff like that, and front-facing 2 megapixel camera for video chat. So as soon as Google really makes a full announcement, we here at Tech Pulse will let you know when this thing is about to drop. But definitely a new Nexus 7 coming out sometime this summer. Google said that. They didn't say too much at Google I.O., but earlier this year they did say that they were going to come out with the new Nexus 7 in the summer. So for those of you that have been waiting for the new Nexus 7, you haven't been buying a tablet, you've been waiting for the new Nexus 7 to come out, according to a report by Geeky Gadgets, that is right around the corner. So, just hold on. You could be getting that new Nexus 7 before you know it. And definitely, if companies like Staples are starting to reduce the price of the Nexus 7, it simply means, of the original, it simply means that they're trying to clear out some space for the new ones coming out. Now, speaking of new phones and new things coming out, according to The Verge, the Nokia Lumina is on the rise. And what Nokia Lumina we're talking about? Remember, we said a couple of days ago that the Nokia 1020, Nokia Lumina 1020, was Nokia's flagship phone. Well, the Nokia Lumina 925, 928, those phones is a good phone by Nokia. However, the Nokia Lumina 1020 is said to be going to be Nokia's flagship phone, their main phone. And why is that? Because the 1020 comes with a whopping, now we just talked about what the Galaxy Note was going to have. Their top was going to be a 13 megapixel camera, and stuff like that, and that's pretty sharp, that's pretty good. But the Nokia Lumina 1020, and this might just be enough to start swaying people from Android to Windows platform. Nokia Lumina 1020 is coming with a whopping 41 megapixel camera, and this thing has been confirmed. Now, 41 megapixel camera is definitely going to give you crystal clear photo shots and video shooting. Now, Nokia's 41 megapixel Windows phone will be called the Nokia Lumina 1020. That's according to sample photos posted on Flickr by Microsoft Windows Phone Manager Joe Belfour. In a series of sample shots from various Lumina Windows phones, there are two that appear as Nokia Lumina 1020. One is listed at 29, this is the resolution of it, 2947 by 1658 resolution, nearly 5 megapixels, and another is 2352 by 1568 3.7 megapixels, suggesting that Nokia's upcoming 1020 preview will likely shoot at different resolutions using the power of their large sensor. Now, if you can get 2947 and 1658 resolution, nearly 5 megapixels, using 5 megapixels, 41 megapixels is just going to be crazy. Now, there had been some confusion over the name of Nokia's 41 megapixel Windows phone, initially identified as the Nokia Lumina 1020, and then the Nokia 909, although EXIF or Flickr data can occasionally be faked and rendered inaccurate. It's highly unlikely that Belfour faked the image on his own personal Flickr account. Nokia is expected to unveil the device, codenamed EOS, at an event in New York on Thursday, along with special camera, grip, and battery accessories. Nokia has been teasing the handset under the slogan 41 million reasons to zoom in. Now, if Nokia does indeed come out with this phone, and it is as advertised, 41 megapixels. Now, I know many of you might say, well, why would I need a 41 megapixel camera? Well, why would you need a 13 megapixel camera? Why would you need an 18 megapixel camera? That is, the cameras are going to get better as the phone technology gets better. So, I mean, you're going to get more megapixels in your camera no matter what. But to come out at this stage with a 41 megapixel camera able to shoot with resolution that rivals or surpasses the iPad's Retina display, you're going to get those crystal images that are so sharp that they look 3D coming from a camera phone. This could be what puts Nokia and Windows Phone in that next bracket. Remember, Nokia was coming out with a lot of good apps with their Nokia Here app, with all the different Nokia features that they were coming out with on their Lumina phones. And we here at TechPulse were saying that if they could continue to come up with good apps and good functionality on their phones, they could start swaying some of the Android crowd, some of the iOS crowd over to their side and start to cut deeper into that market share. The Nokia 1020 with this 41 megapixel camera, if it is as advertised, if this thing is as good as they say, you know, if it's as clear as they say. Now, we're showing you some pictures right here, but it's going to be hard to see how clear it is, you know, based on your computer screen, the resolution of your computer screen. You might be looking at it and saying, oh, those pictures aren't that great, but it depends on the resolution of your screen, how you're seeing it, you know, I mean, because if your screen's resolution is low or your connection doesn't support, you're using like just a regular VGA connection, it doesn't really support high definition video transfer, then you may not see the pictures that great. It's kind of like watching a high definition movie on a regular CRT TV, or someone trying to show you how clear the picture is on TV, on a HD TV. They say, man, look at how clear this picture is, but you're watching it on a CRT TV. You're not going to see how clear the picture is because the signal coming into you can't be displayed in a high enough resolution. So that might be what's happening here. However, if the 41 megapixel camera that they're saying that they're coming out with, if that is true, and that camera is actually 41 megapixels on the Nokia Lumina 1020, this could be what causes people to change from the Android, change from the iOS. And I'm not saying in droves, but what I'm saying is this is where it starts. This is where it starts, where you start getting people more interested in Windows Phone, which needs they need the competition. So if they can do this, and if this phone really is for real, I'm telling you, this could be where Windows Phone starts to make traction. But we just have to wait and see what happens. Well, we're at the end of another Tech Pulse. We want to thank everyone for joining us, watching us on the show. We will see you again tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Huh? Oh, yes. And just so you know, we're here on Tech Pulse, you know. We're people of many languages, so not just to say goodbye, but we're here to say oust next time. Peace.